Jean-Michel Bayle, by 14 points, leads the 500cc National Championship standings coming into this Delmont race. Bayle looking, of course, to add to that points lead, but Bayle is one of the craftiest, one of the smartest riders in the world today. Not only that, he's one of the best in the world today. I think that we would be neglectful if we did not point that out. He knows, though, what he needs to do to win the championship, and despite his claims that his goal in coming to the United States was to win the Supercross title, and the rest of them are not that important to him, well, don't believe it. He wants this title just as bad as anyone. And now he's pushing Damon Bradshaw for the number 3 position. Bayle in 4th, Bradshaw victory here. 1990 he did it, and again in 1989. If we go back to the inaugural year, 1988, Rick Johnson was the winner in the 500 class. Now Bayle moves to the inside of Damon Bradshaw. He's got the good line. Bradshaw went way wide. I don't know if Bayle pushed him out there, or a couple of times that Jeff Stanton is chasing Jean-Michel Bayle for that title, but have been neglectful possibly, and not mentioning that Jeff Ward is just 1 point off the pace of Jeff Stanton. And here goes Bayle to the inside of his teammate. And Bayle looking for running room. Stanton doesn't want to let him by. He has no choice. Jean-Michel Bayle, with a masterful move, takes over the number 2 position. He'll now set his sights on Jeff Ward. Jeff Ward, if he looks over his shoulder, is going to see that number 8 on the front of Jean-Michel's motorcycle. I think Ward probably has been looking for it the entire moto. When a guy wins as regularly as Bayle has done this season, then the competition starts looking for him no matter where they are on the racetrack. There is always that thought after watching him come from off the pace and make the passes and take the wins. There's always that thought, is he coming? How far back is he? Will he get me before the race is over? If you talk to the riders, they're going to say, no, I don't think about that, but in the back of their minds, it has to be there. In addition to the 2 world titles that Bayle has captured in his career, in 1991 here in the United States, he has captured a pair of U.S. national titles. Of course, the Supercross crown. That's the one that Jean-Michel Bayle wanted more than anything. Said that was his dream as he was racing mini bikes in France many, many years ago. He realized that dream, then came back and won the 250cc National Championship 500 class. No rider in the history of American motocross has ever won. And look at that. He shot to the inside, and I don't think Ward even knew he was there. Made the pass. Ward got on the gas and came right back on top of him. He's not giving up, and now Ward with a good line. Bayle goes around the outside, and Bayle establishes himself as the leader in moto class. Jean-Michel Bayle has been the rider to beat all year long. He's the rider to beat out here today at Delmont, Pennsylvania. Jeff Ward's win streak, 2 in a row here in Pennsylvania, is in jeopardy. Would you look at the lead? And Bayle goes down. Now, there is a mistake that you don't see very often. Jean-Michel Bayle, all by himself, just evidently not thinking, or got a wheel crossed up in the rut. Maybe he had already counted that checkered flag, but Bayle went down, dropping back to the number 2 position. That puts Ward way out in front again, and Bayle is going to have to go to work all over. Whether or not there's time enough remaining in this moto to get the job done, well, we'll just have to wait and see. Now, time is running out in this moto, but the Frenchman is well within striking distance. Barring any other unforeseen incident, the chase for the checkered flag is going to be between those 2 riders. It's Jeff Ward out front. Jean-Michel Bayle is running into number 2 position, well back behind him. Now, Jeff Stanton is still holding 3rd. Damon Bradshaw is running 4th. But all eyes are up front on the battle for the number 1 position. Jeff Ward, the veteran, 30 years of age, is holding down that number 1 slot. And Jean-Michel Bayle now goes to the inside. Ward knows he's there. All he had to do was look down, and he saw the front wheel of Bayle. He grabbed a handful and pulled back out in front. Ward through the good line of the racetrack. Bayle keeps pace where there was no line. Jean-Michel Bayle, unbelievable bit of riding. Now, Bayle is setting him up. He's looking for a place on the racetrack where he feels that he can. Look at that. Bayle went from the outside, dove underneath Jeff Ward to regain the number 1 position. He was in that spot earlier and fell. He's got it back. I don't think you'll see him make that same mistake twice. You have to wonder what runs through the minds of the riders that he passes that way. Jeff Ward, Jeff Stanton, Damon Bradshaw. They're some of the tops in the world. And Jean-Michel Bayle seems to find ways to get around them. He invents the ways to get around them. They're in the good lines. They're blocking after he has crashed and fallen way back. He's picked himself up and charged and taken the checkered flag. Bayle has simply put himself in a position of being the number 1 motocrosser in the world today. No question about that. Jean-Michel Bayle. in last. He took a quick look over his shoulder to see where Jeff Ward is, or was rather, on the racetrack as he heads for the checkered flag. Bale with a fist up in the air, cast another look back.